We are here today to show off some of the indoor presets that I have. And I accidentally clicked on the Rise presets, which are not made specifically for indoor. And I do want to show them off really quickly because they look really great one click on an indoor image as well. So this is Rise 1, Rise 2, Rise 3, which is my favorite, Rise 4, and Rise 5. But this video is actually to cover the Bloom indoor presets, but I did just want to go ahead and mention that the Rise Up presets looked really good too. So Bloom indoor presets are created for indoor studios or indoor sessions like this where there is a lot of white in the background. If you have like a brick studio or really dark studio, they're not going to look quite as well. Full transparency there. These are geared more towards a lighter cream, beige, or white studio or indoor setting such as this. So this is Bloom 1, one click, Bloom 2, Bloom 3, Bloom 4, Bloom 5, Bloom 6, and Bloom 7. Going to really quickly get my white balance on each one. This is Bloom 1. Just going to click on the white cabinets here, and I'm going to click on a different spot where it's a little bit better for white balance. There we go. I'm going to pull out some blacks here, make a few little adjustments with my magenta, and voila, here is a base of Bloom 1. Bloom 2, I always feel like has a pretty good white balance. It's always a little bit more on the cool tone, which is my visual preference for white balance. Everybody sees things a little bit differently, of course, but I really like a more cool tone white balance. But I am going to adjust it just a little bit. All I'm changing here on the panel that you cannot see is white balance, which is temp and tint, and then my overall tone, which is only exposure, blacks, and shadows is all I've been touching. So everything really easy and basic up here in the basic panel. That is the second one. This is Bloom 3. It has a little bit less of a magenta, more of a yellowy green type of white balance on it straight out the gate, which is really easy to go ahead and change. Let me pull this. Whoop, I got carried away here. Pull my shadows, lift this up a little bit, and then to get my white balance, I'm actually going to click on this little girl's dress right here. And that is the undertone that this preset is supposed to have, and that looks pretty good. I would probably go ahead and select my background and just do some background work separate from my people. Bloom 4 is more desaturated, and that is, of course, on purpose, but I'm going to make a few little exposure adjustments here and add a little bit of warmth and magenta. Get my little white balance clicker here, and then add just a little bitty bit of vibrance. And this is more of a desaturated base. Bloom 5 is very clean and simple. Not a lot of changes are made here. It's just kind of brightening up everything and has a little bit of smoothing applied to it, which I'm actually going to come down here into detail and lower that luminance. And I'm happy with that base. Bloom 6 is this really lovely, warm, vintage, grainy sort of base. I'm just going to take a little bit of the warmth out, and I'm happy with how it looks one click with just a little warmth adjustment. And then Bloom 7, I absolutely love it. Just needs to be cooled off just a little bit. Let me get a white balance here that I like. And it's kind of a mix between colorful and vintage, has sort of that almost old film photo type of finish to it, which is really cool if you're doing an in-home couples session or you want a little bit more of a moody newborn session. It looks really nice. So now we're going to go on into a studio image. Let me pause and get that pulled up. Okay, I might have accidentally fibbed because before I got over to my studio images, this image is still in their home, but it honestly looks a lot like somebody's studio would, and everything looks so cute with these presets I had to show you. So this is Bloom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 looks amazing, holy moly. And 7. So the one that was the least cute on the kitchen one was Bloom 4, that desaturated one, but with the correct lighting and everything, it looks like this, and it really is a beautiful preset. Just might require a little bit extra tweaking. Okay, so here we have the studio image, and this is going to be Bloom 1, Bloom 2, Bloom 3, 4, 5, 6, which looks amazing, 1 click, and 7. So with Bloom 1, all you need to do is just kind of lower the exposure just a tiny bit and then get your white balance in check. She, of course, has more of a kind of yellowy olive undertone, so her skin's going to require a little bit more adjustments than some might. But even with that being the case, this looks amazing. Just 1 click with a little bit of an exposure adjustment. Same thing with this one. I love the way that looks. The white is pulling a little bit purple, so I can just pull that down just a little bit, and voila. So hopefully this helps you to see exactly what these presets look like indoor with a mostly creamy white, beige, or tan type of surrounding. If you have like brick studio, it may or may not work because it is designed more for these creamy, lighter toned indoor homes or studios.